Hello and welcome back to Norfolkfords. Just thought I'd do a bit of a barley update. I'm down at the Big Keys field with the mower, just tidying up all the roadways. Well, it's not roadway, but you know, edge of the field sort of thing. So while we're here, let's have a look how we're getting on. Let's have a bit of a walk out. Well, just here's the headland, and here we are, already starting to get a bit stringy. You know, they've had their growth regulator on already, and that's just the edge of the field. So if we take a little walk into a bit more of the bulk of the field, this is what we want to see. Look at these. Got ears coming. And they're pretty tall already. You know, looks fairly consistent as well. You look in the middle of the field, it's all real level. It's pretty good. There's a few dips and troughs, but you can definitely see difference again. That used to be a roadway where the trailers used to go. Yeah, you can just tell, can't you? It's really nice to see it. All coming along quite nicely. Got some more sprays coming for next week. Sorry, let me start that again. Next week I've got more spraying to do on the barley, so hopefully we'll film that and actually show off the new end sensors we've got as part of TopCon on the T6, which is our main sprayer tractor. Dad's invested in some end sensors which are the proper TopCon ones, latest up to date. I don't know a model number or anything, and truth is I don't really know a lot about it, except I know it sort of scans the real colour as well as infrared colour, so it can see plant health and what they call green, I think they call it green zone, or green area, something like that. Effectively it can see how green a plant is. You know, you can see with the human eye, like this bit here is a lighter green, then over there it's darker green. But these end sensors put a bit more science behind it, a bit more data, and we're hoping going forward we'll be able to link that to the fert spreading and chemical application as well, really, which allows you to do like a bit more of an intelligent variable rate, you know. Yeah, hopefully these end sensors are worth the time installing them, because they're definitely quite smart. We've only just sort of dipped a toe into how they work, but we've already, you know, for a fair few years now we've been using DJI Mavic to fly over the fields and do a crop scan, so we're not unfamiliar with it. It's just now that it's a bit more live data, you know, we've got to work out how it all works and what we can and can't do with it, because on the main farm side of things, you know, raw flowers and stuff, I don't know. Well, Dad says there's a little bit, but there's not a lot of data that these end sensors know about flowers. So there's a bit of a vertical learning curve for both of us, but at least the barley is already there, so we're cheated a bit. So I'm feeling real confident this year. You know, this is only my second year, but you know what? Touch wood, I feels damn good at the minute. Looking at all that bloody big field, feels pretty good. But anyway, let's move on to a bit more of a bit more of a bad news thing. It's not really a bad news thing, it's just something I did which was a bit of an annoying thing, me being a bit stupid maybe. On the mower, this bit spins bloody quick. That's what cuts the grass. I didn't see a very thin bar got wrapped around here. I thought, oh bloody hell, so I stopped everything, turned the tractor off, got out, grabbed hold of it, and I've burnt my 2 fingers there. That just proves how quick that was going round. That picked it up for about 2 seconds and I turned it off, and in that time the friction of it slapping the floor made it hot enough to blister my fingers. So hopefully that teaches somebody not to do what I'd done, because I tell you what, that happened about an hour ago and they still bloody sting. It's going to be a proper blister, I reckon. They certainly don't feel very nice. So yeah, there's mini update. I got nothing really interesting to say about it, but we've got some things coming forward. I'm feeling confident, you know. We've had some decent spells of rain, which should be able to get a bit of mass behind them, get a bit of yield in. Dad said maybe we should put another fert on, but given the prices, I don't know if we should. You know, swings and roundabouts for everyone this year, really, on the fert prices. So, yeah, I tell you what, you know that prices are getting out of hand, because I've been listening to the Farmers Weekly podcast for a long while now, and they've started doing this thing where they tell you the average red diesel price now. Yeah, that makes you think the price of that's gotten a little bit far, when they're telling everybody on the podcast how it is. See, compared to last week, it's not looking good on the diesel front. But yeah, let's have a look here. She's still used and abused, and I still really want to get some new bonnet stickers, but yeah, she's had a little bit of leakage at the front, but that's because she's had the spools being used. She's one of the front loader tractors for the peony rigs. We've got an old style fork set, which used to be on the back of a 135 Massey, but we got rid of the Massey and we converted it to a 3-point linkage, and we use it on the front of this one. It only does it for about 3 weeks of the year, but it's actually a pretty satisfying little unit. To be fair, this is one of my favourite tractors on the yard, apart from, of course, the mighty 4610. Can't be without that. But I still haven't gotten around to having a look at the starter motor issue. I need to take it off and strip it out. Well, bank holiday this week, isn't it? So I guess that's going to be one of my jobs. I think that might be my first job tomorrow morning. Have a strip out and have a look. Don't know what you can do with it. I don't know if you can actually still get refurb kits, but everybody I've spoken to seems to think you can. But yeah, she's doing all right since we had the cab up and sorted that filter out. You know, she hasn't leaked since, which, you know, definitely a good thing. But I cleared out a lot of the mud underneath now, and the cab seems to squeak a lot more. Obviously that mud was propping the cab up so it didn't squeak as much, but there's nothing I can do, because I've had a look at the mounts and stuff and they're all done up right. But it's one of them annoying things. You couldn't have made it do it if you'd have tried, but it just, only at road speeds, it just gets a little squeak on now and again, just for a couple of seconds, and it disappears. But when, yeah, I know that I have the cab up, so that's the bit that annoys me. It's like, have I done something? No, because everything's bolted down. But never mind. These things are sent to test us, really. But I still would like to tart this up a little bit. I mean, this does not need a paint job like the 4610 done. This is still, we've T-cut this a couple of years ago, and the paint really shone up. There's a few rough patches like on the mudguard here. That's just where your boot catches and stuff into it. But, you know, it's part of the life of this tractor. It'd be nice to, you know, same as the 590, keep it original, tart it up and preserve. Although that's new. There's a pretty good scratch on the roof. I think that's new. Oh dear, never mind. Yeah, keep it original, but I would like some new bonnet stickers and sort that exhaust out, because that just annoys me that that's all flailed up. You know what, I hadn't realised until now, I've still got tax discs in the window. Yeah, I'm young enough to remember tax discs, but when I passed my test a few years ago, they were long gone. Yeah, the last one for this is 2015 apparently. But never mind, I'm waffling. Time to go home. Dad at home at the minute. The girls are on a hen do, which is nice. So he says we're off to the pub tonight. Sounds alright, doesn't it?